everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, happy fun day. Refresh, refresh. There I am. All right, like and share, 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 share. All right. Yep, okay. I'm glad my camera's working. This is the second time this week I've had to reboot my computer because I come in here and my camera's not working. And I don't know how to start it without doing a restart. I'm sure there's a way, I just haven't searched to see. I haven't gone into too much detail. So if anybody's watching this and has a Mac and knows how to start the camera, because I'm sure it's in the system preferences, but when I went in there and looked around, I couldn't find it. But I'm sure it's in there. But if somebody can tell me, look for this, and if it's look for camera, I did look for the camera, but I didn't see it. Okay, so let's see who's out here. Nobody's showing up yet. Okay, so while I'm waiting for people, since I'm not doing this the same way. Hi, Miss Jessica. How are you doing today? So I'm gonna, because I haven't drawn the cards yet, because I'm doing it different because of the apps I'm using. So I'm doing this here. So I'm shuffling the cards. I've cleared the cards, I've cleared my energy, cleared my space, and there's the first card. I was gonna say, set the intention, hold the intention with me that these are the perfect cards that are gonna be coming out today. So now I'm shuffling, the angels are everywhere, looking for 3 cards. 3 cards. No, and the desert speaks, I don't know what that card is, so. Maybe it flipped on the camera though, or yeah, maybe it, and this one just went sideways, so. We'll see who else is going to be popping on. Are you feeling the crazy energies, Miss Jessica, we just had the solstice? And it's the kind of the closing of the gateway between 12:12 and 12:21. Well, actually today's 21, so it's just closing, so it's like, how are we all feeling? Could be better, but also great. I understand, it's like, I'm great and getting better. I'm fantabulous and and getting better every minute. Oh, goodness. I definitely am. Hi, Miss Julianne. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Miss Jessica, let me know if you want to get on the list. I'm assuming I'm going to just write you down. Julianne. And I'm writing down Miss Jessica. Yeah, so here's the cards. I don't know what they are. Set those aside for a few minutes. Yep, okay, good. Gotcha. I gotcha. So I wanted to read just a little bit. Where did... let's see. Diego. Okay, so this is what he says. Dear friends, as we gently close the 12:12 and 12:21 energetic window, there is a palpable sense of completion in the collective field. These days have acted as a corridor of alignment, bringing body, mind, and spirit into a rare harmonic resonance, often referred to as the Trinity frequencies. During this window, many experienced heightened awareness, inner recalibration, and moments of deep remembering. Now, as the portal seals, the energies begin to settle, not disappearing, but integrating like light being woven into the fabric of our daily consciousness. That is pretty cool. I like the way that he explains it. I just remembered I didn't turn my phone off. But I like the way he explains it in that the integration, so it's not gone. And that's the thing, you know, when you start, like, when something first hits you sometimes, it might feel jarring. And then it's like a couple days later, it's like, yeah, not bothering me as much. And a week later, it's like, oh, it's nothing. And that's what it feels like is going on right now, is like things are integrating, and so it might feel a little jarring right now initially, but as we start getting used to it, he goes on to say the December Trinity frequencies, 1 + 2 = 3, represent unity within multiplicity, the reconciliation of the physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of self. As this alignment concludes, what remains is a more coherent inner signal. We are less fragmented, oh, that's good, more embodied, and better able to hold higher awareness while staying grounded. That's important. We don't realize it, but that's really important, because that when we can do that, that's showing that we are integrating the stuff that's coming in. This closing phase invites us to trust what has already shifted beneath the surface, even if the mind cannot yet name it. Integration rather than activation becomes the theme. That totally makes sense. Hi, Miss Stephanie. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Stephanie. Yeah, so it definitely, it's pretty cool that we're integrating so much. Which, you know, that's what we want to happen. Because if there's all kinds of new energies coming in and we have a, you know, oh no, I don't want that, I don't want it, it's making me upset. It's like, yeah, sometimes the new energies that come in, it might feel uncomfortable. And it's just because it's like, oh yeah, maybe I'm just not used to it yet. So what do you guys think? Let me wish everyone a Bhutan. Okay. I have a feeling that's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but I'm not sure. Maybe it means something else. I have no idea. But Merry Christmas, Stephanie. It is so, oh, it's so bizarre. Just, you know, when it's mid-70s, it doesn't seem like Christmas. And it's so sunny. But yes, I will not be doing a live on Thursday because it is Christmas Day. However, there is a meditation that I did with Ruth this last week. It's really cool. It's coming out Christmas Day. Of course, it's recorded. You can find it on Enlightened World's YouTube or Facebook page, and I'll get it shared on mine probably a few days later. But it's really cool. Can I just say, it's really cool. When Spirit leads, you know, it's so interesting. Oh, good. Oh, see, Julianne knew. She looks like she absolutely, positively knew. Feels good to visualize the integration. It does, you know? And the more we can visualize it, it really makes things shift. I was talking with a friend this week. Actually, were we texting? No, we were talking. And because she had texted me some stuff, and then she called me, and she said, well, this isn't happening. You know, there's supposed to be a contract that's supposed to be signed, and it's not following through the way that it was supposed to be. And she's very big into visualization. And I said, well, add this in, and add this in, and add this in, and add this in. Okay. Next day, she sends me a text, and she goes, contract's all signed. Yay! Activation is nice, but seems more hard or intense. Yes, that is a perfect explanation, because an activation is, bam! Oh! Whereas this is like, oh, a gentle rain, a gentle rain. Okay, now I'm getting wet, but it's okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read the cards. So I pulled the cards. Some of you, I think there was only Jessica. She was the only one, I think, that saw me pull the cards, but some of you may have popped on. But it is recorded, so you will be able to see it afterwards. The Desert Speaks card seemed to come out pretty quick. And again, now this is for the week of December 22nd through 28th, which encompasses Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. All right, Desert Speaks card is, ooh, nature. This, it's interesting, and I know that unless I tell you, you wouldn't know that this is Elephant Head. It's down by Green Valley, and it's a place to hike. There's a group that lives up there, I guess, too. But the thing that's hitting me is nature. Right now, for a lot of people, it's just not the time of year to get out in nature. But it feels like the elephant comes into play with this, and it has to do with this is a time of year where many people are remembering past Christmases, past holiday seasons, past loved ones, past friends that have been in our families, and maybe they've just parted ways or moved out of state, things like that. All of these things. There's all of those memories that are coming in, as well as we're creating new memories. I feel like that's what this card, what the Desert Speaks, what the angels are telling us. We can remember things, and maybe we remember, oh, this is the way that Christmas always used to be, and this year it's going to be different. This year for me, it's going to be very different. I'm going out to Chinese with, or maybe it might be Thai food, but one of the two, with the neighbor and some of her friends. Like, I haven't ever done that before. I've eaten Chinese on Christmas Eve before, but not Christmas Day. But anyway, so this is a year, or this is a week, this is a time of remembering, as well as creating new memories. Ooh, interesting. So the angels call upon us. Absolutely, because maybe some people just aren't into angels. Maybe you want things to go smoother. Maybe you're having more people over and it's like, oh, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Well, call on the angels. Call on the angels to be there. Call on the angels to help set up. Call on the angels to help the meal go perfect, or the way that it's supposed to go. Call on the angels. I think that, you know what? I only have 2 angel cards, so I have to pull a third in a second. But this is also, it feels like, boy, where did that thought go? It feels like inviting the angels in, as well as inviting our loved ones in. And that goes right along with the memories. Second angel card we have is breathe in love. Yes, absolutely. Breathing in love, breathe in love, exhale love. And if there's other stuff that has to be exhaled first, let it exhale. But keep breathing in love so much until you are overflowing, and the only thing that you can exhale is love. Doesn't that go perfect? All right. I have no idea. Maybe, was I just talking too much when I was doing the cards before? Julianne says, fun. Yes, fun. Have fun. That, I'll tell you, Christmas, holidays, family gatherings, friend gatherings, that's what they're supposed to be, is fun. Whatever you're doing. I know that my other neighbor, she passed away this year. So her daughter and her boyfriend that live there now, it's going to be a very different Christmas for them. And there's other people out here. It's their first Christmas without their loved one. So bring in their memories. You know, set a table, set a spot at the table for them, or light a candle, or have their picture there, or tell stories. Those are all things that we can do. And that goes with the memories. All right, third angel card we have is my heart expands with love. How perfect is that? See, that's what I was saying. Breathe in love so much until the only thing you can exhale is love. So there you have it. The angels are absolutely with us, and so is Mother Nature with elephant's memory. Love to hear your comments. And yes, 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 yes. An elephant never forgets. That's what they say. That's what they say. They say elephants, when an elephant passes, there are elephants that will come from all over. And they have their own procession, you know, whether it's called a funeral or whatever, but they honor the elephant who has passed. I love inviting the angels in and family in. That would be a blessing, absolutely. Invite them in. Invite them in. Gotta love it. All right, I gotta write this down. Nature. But yeah, elephants. Elephants are just, you know, elephants are so cool. I have a friend that's what she do when she needs something light. I don't know if it's on YouTube or if it's on someplace else where she watches it, but there's all kinds of elephant videos. Yes, they do. They grieve. It's quite amazing. I think a lot of animals do in their own way. I know so I'm shuffling for Miss Julianne. When my neighbor, Connie, when she passed away. So when she actually did pass, that moment, the family was there. So daughter, boyfriend, and the two sons, they were there. And there was I don't know what he was, a pastor of some kind. He was there. But they were all together, gathered around her bed, and that's when she passed. And I remember the daughter, she said that she did bring Simone up on the hospital bed with Connie so she could smell. And she said she was a little didn't really want to be there, but she was there for, you know, probably a minute or so. I don't think it was very long, but, you know, because animals sense that. And I know they don't do it the same way that elephants do, because elephants do. They make a whole gathering out of it. All right, so Julianne, let's see what Julianne's angels have to say. Julianne. I was looking to see if the cards are getting sticky. No, they're not getting sticky. What? They feel thicker right now. I don't know why they feel thicker. That's the word that it feels like. All right, Miss Julianne, let's see what we get. Oh, I love this card. The thing that it's the blue and the yellow up here. It just always just pops at me. So you can do this. You got this. And I got to do this. So you can see. But it feels like there's the solar plexus and the throat chakra connection. And I know there are other cards that I will get that. That's not usually what I get from this card. But it feels like, there's a lot of images in there, man. But it totally feels like there's something that's going on. And it feels like it's a learning, but it also feels like it's I don't even know if I know what this word means. Reckoning? Tell me if that feels right, because that's not a word that I think I've ever said. but it feels like there's something that's healing. I'm just looking for the words and more explanation as to what that is. Combo. Ooh, a healing combo. Now, that is a reckoning and healing combo. That's interesting. It does feel like there's, oh, I love it. Oh, got it. Okay. But yes, that's what it feels like. And it feels like it's doing, I'm going to go back this. What Jessica said, it feels like the throat chakra and the solar plexus, there's a gentleness, not the activation. Like, okay, we're going to do this, bam! It feels like there's some kind of a blend that's happening. And even if you look at the center of this, it feels like there's a blend. That's what it feels like. Oh, Julianne, let me know. It is interesting. Oh, you haven't? Isn't it a cool card? There was a pathway in Green Valley that it was kind of there was kind of a park, but then there was this little section that the sidewalk just kind of weaved in and out of different things, and this was one of the areas. I just loved it. It was just a little area, but it was a really cool area. Speaking with grace. That is absolutely integration, and that feels even bringing in the heart chakra on that. Yes, yes, yes. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? There's a song. There's a song. I like that, though. Speaking with grace. That's awesome. All right, Miss Jessica. Shuffling for Miss Jessica. Shuffling. I gotta take a sip. I gotta take a sip. Ooh, you are very welcome, Miss Julianne. Yeah, I'll tell you, life is just so interesting. And I think the gentleness of what we are, how we are experiencing things, and the more, going back, I can't remember who said this, I think it was Diego, said about being grounded. You know, the more you can feel, yes, I feel the spiritual and I feel the grounding, and the more integration, the more you get integrated. There's a song in my heart. Is that what it is? You know, don't you just love it when there's a song that goes through your head and through your head and through your head? It's like, there's been times when I'll be humming a song or thinking a song or kind of, you know, whistling, which I'm not a good whistler. And it's like, what song is that? And all of a sudden it'll pop in. It's like, oh. There's one that I hear a lot, and I know it's my mom. A bicycle built for two. And I'll tell you why I know it's her is because when we were, it was probably the last couple years, within the last couple years of when she passed away, we got a tandem. And it was her that wanted the tandem. Maybe it was even longer before that. But we had so much fun on that. And when she was alive and after she passed, because I would ride with the neighbor girl, she would ride in front and I would ride on back. And the church parking lot across the street, they had a hill. We would go up to the top of the hill and we would ride the bike down, and I would always be in the back. And at the very bottom, there was always a dip, and I would bounce. And many times I would fly off. Sometimes I would hang on tight, and I would, bounce up and bounce back down. But that's why I have scars on both elbows is from that. But we had so much fun. Daisy, yes, Daisy. I think that's the song. Is it? It is. It might be. It might be. I'm going to have to go. I always thought it was called A Bicycle Built for Two. Maybe that's not what it is. That's funny. Okay, Miss Jessica. Oh, look at this. This card came up. I can't remember, was it Thursday? It might have been Thursday. But the thing that I find interesting is the colors are similar to what Julianne had. However, they're more intense. Even the picture is more intense. So we got the yellow, we got the deeper yellow in the gold. We got the blue, but it's not a sky blue. But it does feel like, so Jessica. Oh, and you know what? I think the last time I pulled this card, I noticed it too, because the tree outside has still got these yellow and golds. Some of those leaves are still hanging on. But it feels like there is an intensity that you are going through. And you don't have to change that. Just realize that there is an intenseness. And you can soften it if you want, or not. I think that there are situations that you are in that absolutely you have to, okay, so this is what I see. It's like if you walked into a room full of, a bunch of people, whether you know them or not, doesn't matter. You might come in, bam, I'm here, yay, that's the intensity. Or you might come in and you might just walk in the door real quiet and then just start walking around and mingling with people. It's your choice. Either one of these, it's being yourself. There's different aspects. And I think what Spirit is saying is just be aware. Be vigilant and be even more aware than you have in the past. Whew. Recently, yes. Recently, yes, that's interesting. All right. Ooh. I lost, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I lost one of my pens. I have two pens sitting here. I lost, but I found it. All right, Steph. Miss Stephanie, you are very welcome, Miss Jessica. All right, that one. All right, Steph. I don't know what this is. What is going on here? This one flew. And this is to take action. So, the Roadrunner, they can go really fast. It's hard enough to be yourself, I know. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's like, and I'll tell you a story after this, if I remember. Okay, so for Stephanie here, remember that the Roadrunner, they take off. You've seen the cartoons with the coyote, Wile E. Coyote, and he would always kind of, he would always outsmart the coyote. So there's something going on. That's really interesting. There's something going on where it's not like you're outsmarting people. I'm trying to see if I can, okay. Okay, oh, okay. So it feels like there's something that you are moving ahead, even though this picture, there's no movement. He was just standing there because I was taking a picture. But it feels like you are ahead of the game. And when you take action, the action that is happening is it's showing other people the how-to. Now, I don't know what that's about, but it feels like right now you are in the gathering stages. So you're gathering, and once you take off with the take action, it is going to be, the movement is going to be about you helping other people because of what you are doing in this gathering mode. Huh. Man. Hi, Val. I don't know what time zone you're in, Miss Val, but I'm on the same time. 10 a.m. Arizona time, which is right now noon Eastern. And I'm gonna add you to the list because I'm assuming, and then you're the last one. You are the last one for today. Let's see, all right, so shuffling for Val, and this is the last pull today. I just had that situation happen exactly. That's not the only thing, but exactly. My wonky entrance to a Christmas party. Loud, but not intentionally, and then mesh and mingle. Yeah. And it's because I know that I have done the same thing, you know, and like, you can be the center of attention when you want to be, or you can be the little mouse sitting in a corner just taking it all in. And it just feels like really notice, pay attention, because there might be times when it's like you are expecting yourself to do this, and all of a sudden it's like you're guided to do the opposite. Yes, Miss Val, I'm shuffling for you right now. You're so sweet. Not trying to outsmart anyone. It's enough to be good to yourself, yet I surely welcome people. Okay, so it's 11 a.m. for you. Yeah, because here it is. It's only 10:30 right now. All right, there it is, Miss Val. Yeah, Steph, I do have an inkling. I'm not saying it here, but I do have an inkling. Just think of all what you're gathering. Okay, Miss Val. Oh, I love this. Clarity. This feels like I think this goes along with what Diego was saying about the energies, because it feels like, so for you, Val, it feels like with all the information that's coming in, with the shifting of the energies, with the closing of the gateway, the portal, the window from 12:12 to 12:21, and even moving through the end of the year into the new year, it feels like you are going through a lot of sifting and changing. And okay, so this is what I'm seeing. You know what a filter is, or a sieve? You know, like if you're draining, washing off vegetables, and the wire mesh thing. And there's different thicknesses, or the size of holes, depending on, I have so many of these different things, depending on what I'm doing. Because I have a very special one for the yogurt. I have a different one that I use for when I'm making soy milk, and each one has its own thickness. And it feels like that's what you are doing right now, and you're getting more clarity with every single time you filter things and allow things to wash through. It's like, oh, well, that was pretty crappy, dirty water. That's pretty disgusting. I'm glad I got rid of that. And you filter it again, and it's like, oh, yeah, there's still some stuff. It feels like that's what you're doing, and it's helping give more and more clarity as to where you're going, as to things making sense, as to, oh, it's almost like the gears are starting to go click, 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 instead of, that's what it feels like. Oh, cool. Yay! Yep. All right. Glad that made sense. I love this card. Plus, I love the word clarity, because it is. We want to be clear about what we are putting out there, the energy that we are putting out there to spirit, to our friends, to our family. The clearer we can be, the more apt we are to get what we are asking for. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. You're welcome. You're welcome, Miss Jessica. Yeah, I think this is the time. It really is. Especially, the holidays. The holidays can be tough for people, but I think different gatherings, You know, I think kind of a theme that came up is being yourself, I think is part of it. Be clear about who you are and be aware of how you are coming across. You know, I know that there's times when I kind of have to think about, oh, well, along those lines. So I went out to lunch with two people that I have not been to lunch with, just the three of us. One I know pretty well, the other I know not as well, though I think I know better than the amount of time. It seems like I know better than, you know, you can't judge how well you know a person by how long you've known them. However, there's different topics. You know, when a topic comes up, you don't know. If you've never had that topic of conversation with the person, you don't know how it's going to be. And sometimes I could come across bull in a china shop. Maybe not quite that bad, but close to it. And so it's just one of those situations where, yes, be yourself, but being yourself in that moment in time may be closing your mouth, because it's like, I'm not going to come across like the razor blades on the edge of that be yourself card, or get up and use the restroom. It's like, yeah, let them talk for a minute and I'm going to go use the restroom. And by the time I get back, the conversation will have shifted. Much needed, just taking the moment. The moment to breathe, yes. And that's really good, taking the moment to breathe. And when you're doing that, allow things to just integrate. Hi, Miss Christy. I'm done pulling cards today. However, you need to go back. As soon as this is done, go back to the beginning and listen through it, because there's a lot of gems, I would say. But thank you for joining. I've been getting strange dreams. Oh, yeah, I've heard of people having a lot of strange dreams. And some of it very well could be, some are connecting it to the 3-eye atlas that was so close to Earth on Friday. Now, I don't know what its trajectory is now, but that has also been affecting people. Integrate! That integration is always there. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, tapping the jar. When you're tapping a jar to help things settle, that's the integration. It's like, okay, I know I can fit a little bit more in here. Tap, tap, tap. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today live, the last live before Christmas. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous weekend, fabulous time with your family, your friends, whatever it is that you're doing. And remembering your loved ones, whether they are across the table from you or whether they are in spirit still with you. So angel blessings to all of you, and I will be back next Sunday. Woo! This was popping beetle. This was pooping beetles. Popping. I'm sure popping beetles. That's so funny. Popping beetles. I love it. All right, angel blessings to everybody. I'll see you next time.